and let's keep a couple of minutes. Okay, thank you.
Good morning. Do you hear me?
Yes, Valeria. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
thank you.
From you. Hello. Well, welcome everyone. Mari Carmen Garcia, Spanish Institute of Oceanography. I would like to give you a very warm welcome to this hackathon devoted mainly, specifically for ports. I'm going to share my screen. Let's see what I do have to do now. Wait a second. This one in here, and then I'm going to share my screen. This one. Can you see it?
Yes, perfectly.
Yes, thank you. You're so kind. So this is our first hackathon. We are really happy of being here and having so many and interesting speakers with us today that will be presenting their solutions. We are working all together for a better Mediterranean, for improving our oceans and seas. And I would like to say, like a colleague of me recently that passed away, that has said that we shouldn't say oceans, we should say just ocean, one ocean, because it's the one that make all of us to be together. So, well, sorry, someone has the, okay, let's go. So let's start today. Welcome to this BlueMissionMed Hackathon4Ports that is focusing on innovative and transformative solutions for port, transport, and the cruise sector. First of all, let's recall on the main objectives of this hackathon, that is to inspire, empower, and support the stakeholders and professionals in the sector who wish to contribute to and promote actions to prevent or minimize pollution in our oceans and waters, and to promote the generation of innovative ideas in areas where solutions do not yet exist, or to encourage emerging solutions and strategic alliances among members of the BlueMissionMed community. As you can see here, I would like to thank to the people that has been working very hard to do this Hackathon4Ports. It's mainly Araceli, my colleague from the IEO. I'm from the Spanish Institute of Oceanography, as I said before. I'm Mari Carmen Garcia. To Valentina, that is helping us with Miro, Elisa, Conti, and Valeria from the MedCruise. This is the agenda for today. This is the official opening. Then we'll have some time to talk about what are the BlueMissionMed tools and resources. We will have some short talks on inspirational solutions. I think they are really, really interesting. And at the end, we will have the participative part. So I would like you to be really active. I would like you to interact with each other. This is the point, it is a place to interact to each other. We are working all together in this context. The context is the European Union mission Restore Our Ocean and Waters by 2030. And what are the missions? I suppose many of you or most of you know, but I should do a very, very short description, a very brief description. EU missions are a new way to bring concrete solutions to some of our greatest challenges. They have ambitious goals, and they will deliver concrete solutions by 2030. Specifically, the EU mission Restore Our Ocean and Waters aims to protect and restore the health of our ocean and waters through research and innovation, citizen engagement, and blue investment. The mission's approach will address the ocean and waters as one and play a key role in achieving climate neutrality and restoring nature. The mission has this strong regional dimension. We have 4 main bases, and the lighthouses, like us, BlueMissionMed is a lighthouse, are sites that develop, test, and deploy transformative and innovative solutions in these 4 specific areas. In the initial phase of the mission, each basin are focusing on a single objective for each of us. For example, for us, Mediterranean Sea Basin, we are focusing on prevent and eliminate pollution of our ocean, seas, and waters. As you can see, it's a very ambitious one. These are the 3 main goals, objectives. The first one, protect and restore marine and freshwater ecosystems and biodiversity, prevent and eliminate pollution of our oceans, seas, and waters, and make the blue economy carbon neutral and circular. But all of them, these 3 objectives that are based in the different basins, are supported by 2 major enablers. One of them is the digital ocean and waters knowledge system. And of course, we need the public mobilization and engagement. Specifically, what is BlueMissionMed? We focus on the second mission objective. As I said before, I won't repeat it again, just you to know and to have a short idea of what we are facing, this problem, prevent and eliminate the pollution of our oceans, reducing the plastic litter, reducing at least 30% of microplastics released in the environment, and reduce by at least 50% nutrient losses, the use and risk of chemical pesticides. The actions, the projects, support the development and deployment of innovative transformative solutions in all forms, technological, social, business, governance, by boosting a well-functioning basin-scale innovation ecosystem. You are part of this ecosystem, facilitating coherence, alignment, and monitoring of EU, national, and local policies, initiatives, and actions ongoing in the Mediterranean basin, providing technical services, governance, and business model to support and guarantee a sustainable socio-economic deployment of the Mediterranean basins, and of ensuring engagement of all stakeholders. You are our stakeholders. You are the people who can do things, and you are part of this. You are part of BlueMissionMed, and you are a very, very important part. In the first part of the structure of today's session, in this part, as I told you before, this first part is from my side, just to show you which are the tools we have in BlueMissionMed. Later on, we'll go to the inspirational solutions, and likely we'll go for the interactive part with using Miro. What are the things we are doing, and you take part on that on BlueMissionMed? We have these key results and available tools. I'm going to go through them very, very briefly, because I think the most important part is hearing from you, hearing what you can do or what you can provide to participate in this in the mission. The BlueMissionMed we have deployed at least these mainly 5 types of key results and available tools that are operational implementation roadmap, the setup and activation of the 7 national hubs, I will tell you later, a portfolio of innovative transformative solutions for Mediterranean depollution, 4 resources for stakeholders, and a support program. Very briefly, what is the operational implementation roadmap? With this roadmap, we define a shared vision and strategic priorities for transforming key sectors in the Mediterranean basin from 2023 to 2030, aligned with the Objective 2 of the EU mission. This includes a strategic planning for agriculture, aquaculture, fisheries, wastewater and solid waste management in cities, regions, plastics industry, tourism, transport, and ports. You can find it in BlueMissionMed website, in the section resources for stakeholders. You can download freely this operational implementation roadmap. The second one of the products we have, products or key users we have been working on, we are really proud of that, is the setup and activation of the 7 national regional hubs. What are the hubs? The hubs are you, territorial multi-stakeholders communities which implement the activities and priorities of BlueMissionMed. You, the hubs, they are the integral components of the BlueMissionMed governance structure, and the main functions of this hub is to facilitate and support individuals and organizations willing to contribute to the achievement of the mission's objectives, create a connected network of actors, experts, and institutions, you, catalyze the collaboration and coordination action, and have coordinated action among us, among you, disseminate information to amplify the solutions and mobilize relevant actors, raise awareness and emotional connection. This is really important with the mission, and encourage the citizen participation, maintain the connection with the stakeholders, and contribute to the monitoring and implementation of the mission. We are working hard in these hubs. We are now 7, and probably we will increase. The other key things we have been doing in the BlueMissionMed is the third product, we can say, if it is a product, is the innovative and transformative solutions that contribute to transformational change towards achievement of the EU mission objectives. The research was conducted into solutions, compiling projects and initiatives that were evaluated, and the different outcomes include portfolios of the process, taking into account the stakeholder contribution report, resulting in 86 different solutions, and an online solution viewer, I'll show you later, available on our website, designed to be user-friendly and easily accessible for users seeking solutions. You can find, as I said before, all of this in our website, and this is an example of showcase of the BlueMissionMed website. Here you can find the viewer solutions. I don't know if you can see my mouse. Here you can see the complete map of solutions. You can find them and search by different categories. And for example, here you have the one example, acoustic technology for tagging and tracking fishing gears. When you get inside, and you can get some more information on that. The solution showcase is a display case for solutions easily accessible to interested users. The first version included 32 solutions using the stakeholder input report. Now it's being updated. Also, you can find there, another product is the resources for stakeholders, dissemination materials. And all of these include, for example, report on opportunities, enabling factors, gaps, barriers, resistance, and needs for implemented solutions, a roadmap for key economic sectors, to fulfill the EU mission through these innovative and technological solutions. The operational implementation roadmap mentioned before, a toolkit for large-scale events, and also we have some ocean education and materials for awareness and literacy, emotional literacy, with a book that we are really proud of it. That is our Blue Treasure book, available in a gamified version in 10 different languages. I encourage you to search for it. I think it's a really nice book. This is really interactive, so I think you will enjoy it. Of course, visit our website and you will find all of these things. And finally, we have the BlueMissionMed support program that it aims to enhance the capacity of businesses, researchers, policymakers, and civil society at large to adopt and deploy innovations related to the mission. The support process began with a call of expression of interest with the different stakeholders, researchers, entrepreneurs, business, public authority, citizens. They indicate what are their needs and their interest to upscale or uptake solutions. It was open till June 2025, till last June, but they're still actively seeking more partners to expand the network and accelerate the progress towards the mission objectives. These initiatives form a pilot running until November 2025. And as I said before, the target audience is researchers, entrepreneurs, public authority, and citizens. As I said, sometimes we need to mobilize our citizens to get involved in that. And this is the process we are working in this support program. Now, I think you can see my mouse again. Via the national hubs and with the call of this support, we receive these applicants, and then we divide it in two different categories. You can be a solution provider or a solution seeker, and depending on the different, I don't know how to say, the TRL, or the way that this developed the solution, depending on that, it can be bankable or it can be in an early stage, depending on the stage they are. The pitching that we will put you in contact with some investors and so on. Or if you are a solution seeker, it can happen two different things. One, that the solution exists, so we can do the matchmaking with a solution provider. Or if the solution doesn't yet exist, we can try to search for ideas, to search for entrepreneurs, people who are working on different things, to put all of you together, and then try to provide you or to inform they have access to different funding, and probably well, you can finally end in a partnership and work together. This is how we are trying to work, or how we are working. And in this support program include a lot of different activities like thematic webinars, mentoring, matchmaking sessions. Now I think we have a mentoring session, so a matchmaking session next Friday. I'll show you later. And the different thematic that are linked to innovative, transformative solutions. You can, as I told you before, you can see them here. And then what we are now doing is searching for these innovative, transformative solutions to transport, port, and cruise sector, specifically for you. But first, we have to define what are innovative, transformative solutions. Well, they are novel products or methodologies that can contribute to transformative change towards achieving the objectives of the EU mission. And they should address the root of the problem, and they should involve multiple actors at different levels. This innovative, transformative solution, we have this framework classifies the solution according to the hierarchy of actions. Yes, as you can see here, that they goes from the biggest to the smallest. That is prevention, minimization, elimination and remediation, and finally monitor and control that is considered a cross-cutting action for all types of solutions. In this part of the BlueMissionMed in the website, you can find some of these. Here are some examples. I encourage you to visit our webpage, where you can see some of these prevention solutions. For example, these toolbooks for implementing policies in national laws and certification procedures, developing a holistic zero pollution framework, environmental education and awareness. As I told you before, you have some games, hands-on labs for kids engagement, and this is our book, our Blue Treasure book. These are some solutions from prevention side, minimization solutions, green tech technology, eliminating solid oxide fuel cells, or zero plastic certification for the HECA sector. Some of them will be shown later. And these are also some things for elimination and remediation, marine litter monitoring using a team of autonomous robots, service for dismantling and recovery open of live boats, or river clean system for plastics. And these are two more examples of the different solutions we have in our portfolio. And finally, for the cross-cutting that was transversal to all of them, monitoring and control solutions, we have some of the examples that are, for example, assessment tool for the interaction between shipping and the marine environment, EcoMarPol, detection of coastal marine litter using drone data, I'm not sure where I am. Here, microplastic detector system, or submersible sample for nanoplastics and microplastic in Nautilus project. So I'm sorry, maybe I'm being too fast, but I wanted to tell you or have the opportunity to show you all what we are doing in our lovely project that is BlueMissionMed. And now, I don't know if you have any questions on this, maybe I can answer some, or maybe we can leave it for later, and we can go directly to our second part. We're advancing time, so I'm happy of that. We have some minutes, so if you have any questions, or maybe we can continue with this second part that I think is one of the most important part, is the inspirational solutions session. Today, we are going to present in the second part these 4 different solutions. First of that is cruise against plastic pollution in the Mediterranean. The second one is the Great Bubble Barrier. The third one is the recycling marine litter into compliant marine fuels via low temperature pyrolysis prototype. And finally, bioabsorb solutions. The first one is on minimization, and the other 3 are on elimination and remediation solutions. So for the first part, I'm going to give the floor to Dr. Xinia, I'm sorry because of the name, Xinia Luisidou, sorry, that she is going to present us the solution cruise ships against plastic pollution in the Mediterranean. So I will stop sharing my screen, and Xinia, okay, you're sharing yours?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. So the floor is yours. Thank you.
Hello, good morning. Yes, it's very interesting, this hackathon. So I have 5 minutes, so I will go fast. We are a company based in Cyprus. So we implemented this project 3 years ago, cruise ships against plastic pollution in the Mediterranean. It was funded through the Beyond Plastic Mediterranean Foundation. It's oops. Okay. So what is the problem? The problem is that we live in Mediterranean. Mare Nostrum is packed with plastic pollution. It's the highest plastic pollution sea in the world. So almost 40 million ocean-going cruise passengers sail globally, and almost 6 million of them are within our sea in the Mediterranean. And it is estimated that this one. It is estimated that the average cruise ship generates about 50 tons of solid waste per week. So the problem is really important, it's really great, it's really big, and we developed a methodology. This is our innovation. It's a whole method to optimize waste management for green shipping. So what we did is we developed our own tools, which we called them, it's a set of tools, we call them Decide for Shipping here. And through these tools, we started a participatory process, which was an adaptive management process, as we say, i.e. we invited all the stakeholders to participate in a very well-structured decision support meeting to identify gaps, needs, and suggestions on how to combat plastic pollution. At the same time, we started developing a practical good practice guide. And this is very important. We are engineers, so we believe that what's important is to implement solutions and to monitor the implementation of the solutions. Sorry, I don't keep the time. Anyway, the guide had all of this content of the guide with this. What we wanted to do is to give these best practices and tips as inspiration to support them to take actions in order to incorporate circular economy methods for managing their plastic, their waste management. So the good practices guide had these 6 main chapters, from green purchasing and agreements to refusing and reducing, recycling, increasing public awareness, trainings, a lot of trainings, and several additional actions with the target to save the ocean from plastic pollution. And the participatory process, which we believe it is one of the most important elements of our solution, is in 3 parts. The first part, the mapping of the stakeholders. The second part and the third part are the implementation of the workshop with all the stakeholders to identify, as I said, gaps and solutions, and draft the action plan. We implemented this in Cyprus for 2 years, and the results were amazing. So we have the method, we have these are the action plans, and this is a paper. Just take a note on the Journal of Shipping and Trade. It's an open access where we published our results from the first 2 years of implementing our method. It works. Now we implement again with the support of BMED, the Beyond Plastic Mediterranean. It's a leverage of the previous cruise ships to develop circular ports in Mediterranean islands, because what is missing? There is a lack of circular approaches to waste management on board ships and at ports. And there is a lack of a Mediterranean shipping identity, and this is something also very important. So we developed this project now with the circular ports, and the joint action plan of 5 Mediterranean island ports will be announced during the Cyprus EU presidency in March, during the European Maritime Days, and the Commissioner Cadiz will be with us to announce this, because it is very important to have action plans and monitor the results. This is our value proposition. to structure deliberative approach that supports port authorities and the shipping industry to identify effective and applicable site-specific solutions and minimize plastic waste production and support the development of the circular economy. We have results. We have already monitored, and we have 30. The second year, we monitor the results of the implementation of the action plan that we all drafted in the first year, and we found more than 35 actions from that action plan that have already been implemented with the stakeholders that participated. So I'm finishing with this. What is our proposal? Our proposal is to develop the circular ports network. We can start from the Mediterranean. What do we need? We need funding for this. We need funding for the development and implementation of the circular ports network. We have the method. It's a participatory process method through which we identify the gaps and needs. We customize solutions per site. This is our work. We are engineers, sustainability engineers. We implement the solutions and we monitor the progress towards ports circularity. So we have the method. We have the pilot cases, the implementation. It is up. The TRL, as you said before, is high. Our approach is mature. We are ready to be expanded. We can do the implementation, the customization of solutions, and what we want to achieve is the green shift of shipping. And this is our target, our task, and we are working on it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
No, I didn't make my time, sorry.
No, it's perfect because I was so fast because I wanted to have more time for you. I think you are the starring people today, the stars. You are presenting your solutions. I think you're presenting a fantastic job. I don't know if anyone in the audience want to ask something. I have many questions, but I would like to hear from the people here if you have any questions on that, on your presentation. This presentation will be uploaded in the webpage. I think Stefania would like to say something.
I will send you this presentation because I made some notifications from the one I've sent you. So I will,
Okay.
when we finish, I will send you this one.
Thank you, Shinia. Thanks, Stefania. Nice to see you.
Yeah, no, thank you. Very super interesting because as WWF are also starting a new project on a circular scheme for ports. So it would be very interesting maybe to exchange. Just a question, sorry, I might have missed it in the presentation. Are you looking at which size of ports and which activities in port? Because I saw there a lot on cruises. I mean, are we looking at the circular system for cruises connected with ports, or are we looking at the port system per se? And are we looking at all materials? For example, in our case, we would be looking for plastics, or you are, I mean, which type of materials or which type of products you are included in the circular system?
Yes, we started from cruise ships with a specific methodology, and now we expand that method to the ports. We are working on solid waste, all kind of solid waste, from organic to plastic and metal, all kind of solid waste that can become raw material actually to be back in the circle. And we are looking for ports and the stakeholders around ports, which is shipping industry, but also land-based activities such as the recycling companies that take the local authorities, all the system, we would say, that runs around a harbor. What size of harbors? We are targeting at medium-sized harbors, I would say, like the harbor of Limassol, Malta, Sudan, Crete, this size of harbors that have also accommodate cruise ships, but also cargoes, and we are trying to enter into the military part of the harbors, the ports.
Okay. Well, I mean, we're looking at smaller sizes of ports, so we're not looking at cruises, ports, but it could be interesting in any
Stefania,
case
we can communicate.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. Plus, there is already an existing project that's for you to know as an additional example in terms of methodology that was run by the WWF in the Philippines, and that was, smart ports, and that was for shipping. I mean, large shipping ports. So that's also something. I mean, in terms of exchange of methodologies and guidelines, it would be good that because at the end of the day, the shipping sector is going everywhere. So the more coherent, the approaches are, the better it is. Then, of course, solutions are customized.
That's why we are talking about Mediterranean, because there are same characteristics, but there is no connection among the ports of the Mediterranean. And also we are focusing on ports because this is what you can actually interfere, because shipping is, we all know, fluid in the globe.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry to interrupt, but we should move on. Thank you, Senia. Thank you, Stefania.
Thank you very much.
I liked a lot when you said we don't have Mediterranean shipping identity. I keep it that in my mind. This is one of the things I will keep up for me. Okay, thank you. And now I am going to leave the floor to the second solution. That one is I'm going to, it will be presented by Sue Dipua. Oh, sorry, because I can't say well.
Zoe,
My
name is Zoe.
It will be presented. I'm going to share the screen. Okay, so
yeah.
Okay, please tell me when you watch now.
Yes.
Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes. Let's go to the here. Let's start.
So yeah, welcome everyone. I'm here to present the Great Boba Barrier. I am the account manager for the Great Boba Barrier for international markets. And so this idea came from the fact that there is only growing plastic waste and ending up in our waterways, in our oceans. And we all know that rivers can be a highway to our oceans, and it is really important to capture the plastic before it reaches the ocean, where it gets much more difficult to catch it. And plastic also has various impacts on our well-being, our ecosystems' well-being, the water quality impacts human health, and also climate change. But it can also impact the tourism and the economy of certain cities, depending on the coastal attraction that the beaches can be for tourism. So yeah, it is a very generic and general topic that the Great Boba tries to tackle. We can move on. So what is a Boba barrier? A Boba barrier is a combination of three components. First, you put a perforated tube at the bottom of the river, and it will create this upward current, like you can see on the small animation, bringing all the litter towards the surface. And since this tube is put diagonally on the riverbed, it will guide the litter towards the catchment system, where it can be retrieved by local authorities or waste management handlers. You can move on to the next slide. So it catches up to 86% of the litter in the rivers, as it covers the full depth and width of the waterways. So this is how our solution is very innovative. A lot of other solutions only capture what is at the surface or not the full width of the river, but ours does. And it also still allows fish and ships to go through without any obstructions. So this is something, particularly important for us, allowing the fish migration to go through the bubbles. There's absolutely no issue for any wildlife or ships to go through this barrier. And we catch pieces ranging from 1 millimeter to 1 meter. It really depends. It can be, depending also on the seasons. We catch many different things, and it's operational 24/7. So it doesn't need any workforce present. It just works all the time. Only when you want to empty the catchment system, there needs to be obviously someone there. But for the rest, it works on its own. And yeah, the three components are the bubble curtain, the air supply, and the catchment system. So we are a scale-up founded in 2017. So this is when our first pilot was made and successful. And since then, we have 4 long-term systems implemented, 3 in the Netherlands and 1 in Portugal, in Vila do Conde. We're still rather small, but very strong team of 14 employees, of which also 3 are co-founders. And our main targeted audience are governments, water authorities, and commercial organizations such as port authorities, fisheries, manufacturers. We stay rather broad on the kind of clients we are interested in, but the one that is very crucial for our installations is the local government. Usually the rivers fall under the authority of the municipality, the city council, or just the local government, and also the waste management and treatment will also be on their responsibility. So we do like to have them on board and take them along the whole implementation process. So, and finally, yeah, we offer end-to-end solutions. So it means we check, we do a feasibility study, we check the river's characteristics and see if the location is feasible. And then we do the implementation, and we can also do operation and maintenance once the system is implemented. So yeah, we are looking for governments, water authorities, port authorities, or any curious people here present that want to know more about the bubble barrier. So please reach out if you have a plastic pollution issue in your waterway, if you're curious on how to implement a bubble barrier, or just any other additional benefits. It's obviously a 5-minute presentation. There are a lot of other things I can mention, but yeah, please feel free to reach out.
So I think you are now seeing the contact for this. Thank you, Sue. I think it's really interesting. You're exactly in the time. I don't know if anyone in the audience want to say something or to ask you something. For me, I have a question.
Oh, please go ahead.
For me, it's really interesting. Yeah, but your solution can be adapted to any type of dock or any type of port, or you do need some specific characteristics, like
So they are
or river or something like that?
So it obviously cannot be implemented in the sea or any area that doesn't have like a narrow or closing sides. We need both sides to be accessible. It can be implemented in ports, in harbors. That is possible, but we do have technical and physical characteristics that need to be met. But these, yeah, I don't think it's really relevant for me to mention these right now. I think they can really depend on the situation. Every waterway is different. So if you have any specific location in mind, we can discuss it. But just throwing these technical characteristics around are not going to be very useful, I think.
Thank you. I think Santiago Miranda.
Yes, please.
Want to ask you something? Please take the floor, Santiago.
Hello. So
Hi.
Thank you very much for your presentation, and it is really interesting, your device. I ask you, well, I am the last, I have the last presentation, and it's not around plastic, it's around, it's go on oily waste. But I ask you if your device can be useful for oil waste, because with bubble you can move the oily thick waste to this tube, to this device to recover? I don't know if it is the first time that I ask you this question.
Yeah, it's true. Thank you for your question. We haven't done really a lot of tests on these on oily waste specifically. Nonetheless, I do believe that if it's in a rather narrow, because we always also consider the energy efficiency of our air compressor, and if it is in a really wide waterway, it would require probably a lot of energy from our just from the air compressor to create this static bubble barrier that would also guide the waste in the right direction. But if it is, for example, outside of a wastewater treatment plant, that could be a possibility. We have had partnerships with wastewater treatment plants in the past. So yeah, it is something to consider, but it would require a lot of more testing.
Okay, interesting.
Thank you.
But looking forward to your presentation.
Thank you.
I think Xenia, sorry, with the names, I'm terrible. Go ahead, Xenia.
Okay, it's all Greek to you, difficult name. Very interesting. I was just I wanted to ask what are the impacts on marine life or river life? I mean, fish, and because this is one of the problems. I'm a coastal engineer, so we're using in a way this technology to combat wave action. But yeah, if you have any studies on how this affects fish?
Yeah. So we are really happy to say that it doesn't impact any fish or any biodiversity present around the Bow Barrier. We have a study that is coming out from a Dutch university that tested fish migration of different species before and after the passing through the Bow Barrier, whether it would take more time for them to migrate or any other things that could hinder their migration, but it was noticed that it doesn't change anything. They don't even seem to really notice it. So that is great news for us in terms of more like visible biodiversity. We also see that swans or ducks like to go on top of it because they obviously get the bubble effect and they kind of they seem to enjoy it. So no, there is no impact on fish, on marine biodiversity, and also on the ships.
Okay, thank you. Really interesting. We will be talking about this for a long time, but with a very short of time. So thank you.
Thank you for your questions. And
thank you very much. Really interesting. And now let's move on to the second for the following solution. It will be presented by Giancarlo Fasone, Technical Director of Sintol. And the solution is recycling marine litter into complaint marine fuels via low temperature pyrolysis prototype. Oh, very long title. Claudio, yeah, the floor is yours. I will, if you want, you can share the screen, but maybe I can just say next slide. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, yes, no problem. It's very nice. Thank you. Thank you for this invitation, and thank you all. So yes, I'm presenting this solution, which is said before, is about the remediation of existing marine litter pollution. Please go. So the problem is quite evident. There is marine litter is impossible to recycle with conventional processes, especially with mechanical processes like what is employed for post-consumer plastics from terrestrial origin, due to the great degree of heterogeneity and the level of contamination which usually characterize marine litter. And but just to tell something about the magnitude of the problem from some publication, there are 1 million tons of plastic waste entering the oceans every year. And most of them is due to basically waste mismanagement, because most of the plastic, which is sometimes accounted as recycled, is actually not recycled at all. It's just shipped overseas, and illegal dumping is still a very persistent problem in many countries in that is Asia and Africa, for instance. And so there is an urge need to get solution, not just for existing marine litter, but also for the very broad category of hard to recycle plastics and waste, in order to avoid this illegal dumping, and so to some extent also to prevent marine litter. Please, in the next one. So the concept is relatively simple. We want to use marine litter to fuel the pollution. So from marine litter to marine fuels, basically. And this is because fishermen usually catch marine litter every day during their working activity. So if we can provide some solution, from technical solution, we can turn the plastic that they fish into something useful for them. They can actually use the plastic they fish, they catch, and transform it into something useful. So triggering a very pollution, so a virtuous behavior among stakeholders. Also, fishermen tends to be very engaged in such projects because they feel to be part of the solution, because usually they are considered part of the problem. So it's also important to point out this point. And making fuels out of litter is a sort of not monetary incentive. So it's not giving money or paying fishermen for doing something else, but it's actually part of their daily activities, which fits very well their business. Next, please. So the concept is translated into equipment, and basically is a pyrolysis unit. With pyrolysis is not burning by means of temperature, so at around 400 degrees centigrade. In the absence of oxygen, there is a thermal degradation of plastics, and because pyrolysis is virtually not sensitive to the polymer composition and the degree of contamination, we can actually manufacture ISO-compliant marine fuels out of unsorted marine litter. And this is very important because you can avoid all the pre-treatment, or at least reduce pre-treatment to the very minimum, just to make the litter to fit the equipment. And you can get useful fuels which can be readily used for transportation, in this case for maritime transportation. Here there is some mass balance, even if depending on each case, this mass balance can be different, because, as I said, marine litter is very heterogeneous, but more or less out of 100 kilograms of marine litter, you get 45% of oil, which translates into 70% of marine gas oil. Then you have some gas, which can be used for other applications, such power generation, for instance. And depending on the degree of contamination, you still have 29 or 30% of residues, which is basically solid, which can be recycled as a concrete additive for armor stone manufacturing. Next, please. So what we are now and what we go next. So depending on the unit size, so depending if you're talking about a few kilograms per day or a few tons per day, our TRL spans from 6 to 8. We have already implemented this approach also for terrestrial plastic waste in the range of the 5 tons per day. So 5 tons per day of plastic waste is converted into fuels and chemicals. We are now working on further technology development, so not just for manufacturing fuels, which is interesting, but is not the best option. So we want to also, we are able to make chemical building blocks, so to transform a litter into basic chemicals for the chemical industry. So within the concept of green chemistry and the circular economy within the chemical industry. And we are now looking for partners, also other technology adopters, licensees, and entrepreneurs or investors, whatever, are interested to use this technology for their own needs. In particular, just to give some example, some other companies involved in EU project used our technology for fulfilling some working packages on recovery and recycling of heterogeneous marine litter. And basically, that's all. The next, I think, is my contact. If you need any information, please just get in touch.
Thank you, Gian Claudio. Fantastic initiative. Sorry, I think my camera is on. I'm turning it on. Okay, so thank you a lot. For me, it's surprising. Only 29% of residuals. I think it's very effective. And another number that's been impressive for me is 5 ton day for terrestrial plastic that you can manage every day. I don't know if it's anyone in the audience who would like to say something. Yes, Araceli, please go ahead.
Hello.
Thank you.
Is the solution adaptable to other waste collected or received in the ports other than fishing nets? If so, have to consider connecting your solution with other collection solution at river mouths, canals, or docks? Thank you.
But I didn't guess completely because the word. Can you say again?
Could you please repeat, Araceli, the question?
Oh, sorry. Is the solution adaptable to other waste collected or received in the ports other than fishing nets?
Okay.
If so, have to consider connecting your solution with another collection solution that mentioned in this session?
Okay. Well, actually, fishing nets is just one very specific type of marine litter. Most of the litter is not actually fishing nets. Most litter, fishing marine litter, is actually post-consumer plastic, which was thrown in the sea intentionally or unintentionally. So actually, we process most of the plastic that we process is not fishing nets, but indeed we can also use fishing nets. But if you have fishing nets as a specific feedstock, there are some other approaches which can be applied successfully. How to integrate with other waste? Well, usually, depending on the site, there is not so much. I mean, there are not so many facilities for triage or waste management in ports. So usually, waste is just collected and dumped. What is important to say is that usually fishermen do separate litters during their daily catch, simply because they have to clean the fishing nets. And so the triage is performed sometimes on board or when they just enter the port. So potentially it's not so difficult to integrate this type of solution with, for instance, recycling of metals or glass or something else. It's just to allow them to give this plastic in a place where one of these units is operational and collect back the fuels that is produced.
Okay, thank you. Estefania?
Hi, thank you. No, it's interesting. One question is about the quantities. I mean, depending on the area, we don't always collect, tons of marine litter. So it's also quite expensive, to collect, marine litter depending on where it is and so on. So I was wondering, what's the minimum amount, or what's the type? I mean, what's the amount of marine litter you need to make something like this economically viable, also in order, to have, a fuel that is also economically sustainable. Otherwise, of course, it will not be something that the fishers, despite of the, in some way more sustainability in comparison to traditional fuel that we are still, trying to avoid, for the fishers, but still, something that has a different, circular approach. And we are only talking about marine litter. We're not talking about end of life and so on.
Well, we can talk also about end of life, but yes.
But we would give it a different end of life, if it can be regenerated into other materials instead of fuel. But it depends then, of course, on the type of material. But I was wondering about, what's the
scale.
The scale, exactly.
Well, this is a good point. Okay, this topic belongs to the chemical recycling in general, and of course, the bigger the better, because it's more efficient, it's more cost effective, and there are a lot of good points of making it bigger. Indeed, the idea is not really to make marine litter collection a cost. Actually, the idea is that while fishermen go for fishing, they also catch litter, because they usually go in the same places and they catch fish and litter, they dump the litter again in the sea, and the next time they collect again and again and again. So the idea is just to, it shouldn't be an extra cost for them. Indeed, size is important, and because marine litter is so widespread, the idea to make small units is to make the units move and not the litter move. So the idea is to have, I don't know, 6, 7 ports, each of them catch for a while, and then the machine comes, stays 2, 3 weeks, process all the litter, and then goes in export and so forth, because otherwise it will never be cost effective. The equipment is too expensive or too low quantity. So the idea is to collect the litter, store it for a while. When there is enough, the machine comes, transform everything, and goes in another port, and then maybe 3 months later comes back, and again in this way.
Okay, sorry, I have to interrupt you, but we are a bit late. So thank you, Gian Claudio, and I would like to leave the floor. Maybe you can connect outside. So we are here to connect you. So go ahead later. And the next one will be, sorry, this, I have to put this one. The next one will be, I will leave the floor to Santiago Miranda. I'll stop sharing my screen because I think he's gonna share his own screen. So it's up to you. Santiago Miranda.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maria Carmen. I would like to share my computer.
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you.
Now we can see it.
Now, okay.
Great.
Okay. Well, my name is Santiago Miranda. I'm the CEO of BioSoil Solution, partner of BioDrown Tech Company. And today I'm going to introduce Circular EcoBlue project on oily spills. We are focused on major problems to be solved relation regards to oily waste. Firstly, improve the collection of oil spills accident and achieving a circular economy. I introduced some dates. More than 3 major accidents per year, more than 3,000 illegal discharges per year. And the estimated cost per spill from 10,000 to several million euros. And key and management issues: low cleaning efficiency per oil spills, maximum 10% oil recovered, a large number of new toxic solid and liquid waste are generated, and no oil spills are managed within the circular economy. Regards the second big problems, improving efficiency in oil maintenance on large ships and achieving sustainability in maritime transport. More than 72,000 merchant ships cost fuel and oil spills maintenance with an estimate of more than 500,000 tons in 2,000 years. This is a date from CEDRE laboratory in 2027. The maritime sector consumes a minimal fraction of the biofuel produced worldwide, estimated at 0.6% of total production. And regards key management issues, much oil waste and bilgy water is illegally discharged into the ocean. And finally, no oils used for ships maintenance and managed within the circular economy. And now our innovative solution. We introduce a process composed by two phases. Phase one is using a absorption 100% natural and organic. And with this bioabsorption, you can transform the liquid oily waste to a solid oily waste. And the second phase, you transport this solid oily waste with a very low quantity of, or no quantity of water. You can move this solid oily waste to the pyrogasification, our pyrogasification plants, and we can transfer all this solid waste in renewable fuels, solid biochar, liquid biofuel, e-gas, syngas. Our value proposition is amazing targets because we are moving on circular economy. Our producers is oily waste from large ships, ports and surrounding businesses, petrochemical industry, and urban and industrial water treatment plants. We can obtain this oily waste from this kind of producers to obtain our raw material. Our raw material you can introduce in our purification plants to obtain sustainable biofuel production. And our plants has zero impacts, can work continuously from 5 tons per day to 75 tons per day. Our business model and implementation, we are now in an initial phase with a quick scalable growth. Our structure is composed by 3 companies that has more than 30 years of experience working with pyrolysis, engineering, chemistry, and environmental projects. Our business model is high profitability because we can show to the customer that in between 2 and 4 years, you can amortize the plant. Our market project, we are moving into first 2 main lines. Firstly, research and development projects, no more than 2 years. And if the customer wants directly the commercial plant, we can move in with a plan according to the needs. Next step we are looking for. I told you that we are now working strategic partners around ports with a leader mailing a port. Another leader is port industry, shipping company, and waste treatment plants. We are now working in a new research and development project with 1.3 million euros of budget. And now we want to introduce some partners that for this project to improve cleanup efficiency, to reduce costs, to valorize the spill collected from these partners to manufacture renewable fuels. And I remember that we are looking for municipal sewage sludge, oil and marble waste, oil and fuel spills, organic waste, etc., etc. And of course, always to produce renewable fuels. And this is my presentation. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Santiago. It's really interesting. As we know, the oil spill is a huge problem, and I think you're working hard. I don't know if anyone in the audience want to ask something. I see some applauses from some people. I don't know if
thank you very much.
Any questions. Maybe you can connect later. I don't know if this is infrastructure is very big, and it should be installed in the port, or it should be installed in a different place. Maybe that's a stupid question.
Yes, we are focused on ports because we are moving into big problems. One of them is oil spills, because we have some experience that only or less than 10% of the oil spills can clean and remove after. Never you obtain some result because most of the companies work with this oily waste like a waste, not like a potential material, raw material to obtain biofuels. And the secondly, goal to move into port is because we want to work with large ships companies and industrial port companies, because they move a lot of oily waste in the maintenance, and sometimes there is some accident, and this accident provoke at the end spills to the ocean, to the river, or to the coast. Is there any other questions? I can't hear you, Mary Carmen. Sorry.
I'm sorry, because I was mute. Sorry, I was giving the floor to Gian Claudio.
Oh, okay, thank you. I have a question. Thank you for your presentation. Very interesting. I didn't know this issue, so thank you for informing us. I don't understand properly. Is your point of strength the solvent or the system to transform the solvent with the oil?
Well, the completely solution include the first phase is the solvent, the organic solvent solution, and after the second phase is introduce this solid waste, this solid oily waste into our pilot gasification plants. So you can move, of course, you can move this solid waste, but this you can move easily because it's very easy to recover in land and to recover on water, because this special and natural absorbent can float easily over the water. So you can immediately contact the solvent with the oil spilled, immediately transforms this liquid waste to solid waste, and you only have to clean with a net, with a typical net to clean the swimming pool. It's very easy.
Really interesting, Santiago. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Maria Carmen.
So if now let's move on. We are now going to the following part of the session. We are a bit late, but maybe we are now moving to the proper hackathon. We are going to have an interactive part using the Miro tool. I would like to give the floor to Valentina Babassori. She will explain us something about Miro. I'm going to share the Miro. I'm not sure if I'm sharing it or not. Can you see the Miro?
Yes, thank you, Maria Carmen. Thank you. So I just want to do a very brief explanation on how to use the Miro board. I'm sure that many of you already used some interactive tools similar to Miro boards. So first of all, to move around the board, you can use the right mouse button. You can click the right mouse button and hold it, and then you can drag the screen in the direction you want. So you can move around the board. Then for zooming in and out, you have two options. If you have a mouse, you can use the wheel of your mouse to zoom in and zoom out. Or if you can see, there is a button on the bottom right of the screen that you can use with the minus and plus buttons to zoom in or zoom out. You will see that in the exercises that we are doing in this interactive session, there are some prepared post-its. You see prevention, monitor, and control solutions. There are these post-its and for each category. So to move the post-it, you can click the left mouse button, hold it, and you can drag the post-it in the correct place, basically. And then to write on it, you can double click and start typing. Once you finish, you can simply click outside the note and it's done. So these are basically the technical instruction to use the Miro. If you have any question, please let us know. We are here to technically help if needed. With this, Mari Carmen, I give you back the floor to you.
Thank you, Valentina. You're so kind. You can find the link to the Miro. I forgot to say it, but it's in the chat of the meeting, and you can please access. We would like you to be really active because we want to know all of you. So in the first part, you can see what is here, thanks to Valentina's explanations. And in this part, what we want is to know you, who you are, what are you doing, and we would like you to choose the sticker, the note you would like to be, elimination or monitor or control or prevention, saying us who you are, your full name, and a code. For example, because, for example, we are BlueMissionMed, we are going to write that in the, Araceli, my colleague, is writing, and she will put, we are BlueMissionMed, we are working on all of this, and our name is BMM, for example. Yes, because we later we will have to do some more interactive actions. And of course, we would like you to tell us what are your ongoing activities and trying to classify them briefly and outline your current projects that are related with the sectors and the goals of BlueMissionMed and the mission in general. Oh, now I can see, for example, people writing. So I think it's very small. Maybe I can put it bigger. For example, Raquel Parra from Captoplastic, that's great. And now we have some people that is just introducing themselves, because I think it's important to know each other and what we are, why we are here, and what we are doing. I would like also to say that if there is any other emergent solution in the audience and that they would like to be presented, please tell us, and maybe we can leave you the floor just to explain what you are doing, if you're going to take the floor. And for example, here we have Stefania, that is working in a WWF Mediterranean project on plastic reduction in fisheries and tourism. Renata Ojeda from ANAIB. Claudio, he has presented as the solution, and Sue also, he has presented as an interesting solution. I'm very happy because of the solution that have been presented. I think they are really innovative, and that's exactly what we were searching. That's exactly what we want to do in BlueMissionMed. That's our goal. We want you to create this community, to put you in contact, and I think this is a fantastic way of doing that. I don't know if anyone wants to say something. I think we have in the audience a colleague from Medcruz, Valeria. Maybe you can tell us something if you want to take the floor.
Yes, good morning, everybody.
Hi, thank you.
Hi. Yes, I am the Director of Sustainability Environmental Energy of Medcruz. Medcruz is an association of 150 ports distributed in the Red Sea, Black Sea, Mediterranean Sea, and Ocean Atlantic. Basically, I don't know if I can share my presentation.
Okay.
Yes,
I should have to stop mine.
Okay.
Are you all seeing Miro?
Yes, I try to. If you stop.
I stop sharing. Please, short presentation. if you don't mind.
Okay.
Okay, I suppose you are all in Miro, so you can see what we are doing.
Okay, perfect.
Thank
Okay,
you.
basically, I would like to share some slides because the presentation is very long, so we have not a lot of time. Basically, this is the map of our ports. And we did this survey in 2024, and we are updating this year this survey, and we decided to add two topics. One about the waste management, and the second one is about the water management. We are dividing in the part of West Med, Central Med, East Med. There are all ports of the association. So this survey is distributed in 3 areas. Sorry. The topics are 6. Port environmental monitoring programs, onshore power, OPS, port footprint, alternative fuels, pollution and biodiversity protection, CCR, social and economic impact. I would like to speak about OPS and the other, and the LNG, because, you know, the snapshot that we have about our association is really important, because it represents the position of all port authorities. Because I think that your projects are very, very interesting, but at the end of the day, it's necessary to apply this project in the port authority, because it's necessary to be concrete and to understand if port authority, if the ports can manage this project, can use these results. So I jump. Sorry, because we have no time to onshore power supply. The OPS, you know very well that the reduction of emission of cruises, because the association is Association of Cruises Ports, the reduction of emission is a topic for our ports. Basically, we have a lot of environmental law, Fit for 55, for example, and also the last one is a EU regulation, AFIR, about OPS and LNG. This regulation is very strict for our port authority, for our members. Why? Because this law provides that in 2030 we will have the cut of emission of 50%. And 2050 we will have the 90%, almost zero reduction of emission. And also this OPS. I know, I suppose that all of you know OPS, or I try to explain, but obviously cold ironing. The cold iron will be mandatory for 10 ports in 2030, and in 2025, sorry, and for in 2030 we will be mandatory for all ports, so small ports, a big port. So it's a big issue that we have. Okay, these ports are answered our survey, but you know, we are updating the survey, so we will have more answers. We divide in the west, in central and east. That means that all ports are involving in cold ironing and are working in progress. And the results was that the 70% have an onshore power supply project. In the West Med, 82%, in the Central Med, 80%, and the East Med, 38%. Basically, 77% have OPS project funded by the European Union, and 56% have OPS in one peer. I want to underline one thing. The European funds are so important for our port authority. Why? Because in our association, we have a lot of port authorities from North Africa, and or for example in the Black Sea, unfortunately they cannot receive any money from European Community. We know very well that to have OPS in the ports is extremely is extremely expensive. And in this case, obviously, we have some port authority, they cannot have funds, European funds. Other port authorities, yes. So this is a reason also for this answer that we had. At the end of the day, 29% of the med ports actually can survive already OPS for cruise ships. And 94%, a big number of ports will have OPS in 2030. So this is a big gap. I would like to underline that if you speak with a cruise world, for example, I was a speaker in Hamburg the last week in a panel of OPS. All people and all cruise company tell that OPS is the future, is the next future. I don't think so, because the answer is clear. We are work in progress. The real OPS solution we will have in 2030. Just that means tomorrow, unfortunately. And then also we have some teams between the cruise industry and some port authorities. I would like to underline, for example, MSC in Barcelona, or for example, Royal Caribbean in Miami. There will a convention between port authority and cruise company. That means that cruise company pay to build infrastructure of OPS, but also in the future they can use, obviously. Actually, we have. Sorry.
I'm so sorry because I do have to interrupt you. We are running out of time, and the middle. Sorry, if you can continue later, but I should stop you.
No, sorry, I have a meeting, but I send you these slides.
Yes, please. I'm so sorry. I think we should go back to the middle.
Because yes, of course.
No, I'm so sorry.
No. In any case, there are this survey we are updating.
Okay,
yes,
we will
and I'll share with you. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I will go back to the middle because we should move on. We are a bit late. We are 10 minutes late, so we should move to the following part. We have lot of you that have been written, and maybe we can move on to the following part of this interactive session. I think Raquel has something to say. I will leave her the floor in a minute. And here, what we want is to co-create innovative ideas on how to integrate our BlueMissionMed tools and resources into the current participants' practices. And here you should write what you are doing, what are your sessions, what are you offering, and what we want to have is the highest number of ideas, the highest number of solutions. What do you need? What do you want from us? Anything you want to say, this is the place. Because later we will study all what you have written here, and we will put you in contact. So if you are searching for collaboration opportunities, or if you are offering a collaboration with other partners, I've seen some of you, in the presentations you have done, most of you are searching for partners or for fundings or whatever. Or if you are searching to people or industries or someone to create new projects, or for example, if you are someone from the stakeholders cruise and tourism sector and that you need to something, please, right here. This is the correct place. This is the exact place to put this. And we'll try to search, to understand what you are doing and try to connect you all. and try to match. If you remember during my presentation, I said that one of the things we are doing in the BlueMissionMed is with this is logical. We ask you who you are, what are you looking for, or what are you offering, and we are looking for we are studying the way you have deployed your solution and trying to connect to each other. Remember that we are here just to connect you and trying to do our best. So I would like, for example, it's very small for me. I can read it because I'm very old. For example, someone is writing here, the name I see is Novelist, collaboration to set up a scalable economy aware solution, marine and litter goes here in ports, very interesting. Some other people are writing out there. I hope you could move that here. I think Raquel, sorry, I think that you, yes, I don't know, was wondering, I think you have a new solution?
Yes, I would like to presentation and to introduce our solution to microplastic control and capture.
Yes, but yes, Joseph, okay. I'm going to answer Anselmo. I've asked something in the chat. All the presentations will be shared in our web page, okay? So you will have all of them. And Raquel, if you don't mind, you can share your screen, but please, I can give you just a couple of minutes, sorry. Yeah. Okay, because we are really interested in this part, but for sure your presentation will be shared with the rest.
Okay, thank you. Oh,
Can you share?
Yes, I can. Can you see it?
I think it's nope.
All right, just a moment.
For example, meanwhile, I will give something. Stefania says for collaboration to set up national med-wide scalable economically viable solutions to recycle marine litter. We are offering now.
Now? Okay, great.
Please, just
3 minutes.
Sorry.
Yes. What we are Captoplastic. Thank you for the opportunity. We have a technology to control and to capture the microplastics. I know perfectly what microplastic is, a big problem that not only an ecosystem problem, it's a human health problem. We have microplastic inside of us, in our brain, in our stomach. So it's a problem that has to be solved. It's a global problem. And we have a solution based in two business lines, control and capture. Regarding the control, we have developed a quantity method that is able to quantify the microplastic in milligrams per liter in any type of water. It includes wastewater, include complex matrix, includes seawater, and it's really easy. We have different products based on this quantification method. We have the analysis kit. You can analysis and quantify the microplastic that you have in any samples in your laboratory. Then you have the CaptoLab, which is the second product. It's our semi-automatic equipment to analyze and quantify the microplastics. And the last one, we have the CaptoOnline, which is the monitoring device to quantify the microplastic at site. We have the capture technology too. First, we identify the quantity of microplastic that we have, and then we capture and we remove all the microplastic that we have. We can adapt this technology to any type of flow, even seawater. We are really focused on wastewater treatment plant. We add a capture to a flow. In this flow, we create an aggregate with the microplastics. This aggregate is separated from the flow using a magnetic field. And then these aggregates are separated and the capture is used again and again and reused. And the microplastic is ready to be revalorized. So this technology in control and capture have important advantages to the state of art. Of course, we are aligned with the European mission objectives, and we started with knowing the quantity of microplastic that we have and finalize it with the implementation of our capture plan. We are really proud of our evolution. The concept of the technology started in 2018 and Captoplastic was born in 2020. And now we are ready to launch off sales of our main products. Behind this, there is a team with a great technical background and clear business model and business vision. And what we are looking for, we are ready for the next step. We have a technology, market-ready technology to control and to capture the microplastic. It's a scalable solution that can be adapted from wastewater treatment plant to shipping industry. It's a very flexible technology. And of course, the final goal is to improve the quality of the water. So it's really quick, but thank you very much for the opportunity.
That's so kind. I'm sorry. There's a really, really interesting solution. For sure, there will be many people interested in the audience. And as I said before, we will share all this information in our webpage, and we distribute it within our networks. It's a very big network. So thank you again.
Thank you very much
for your presentation. And now let's go again to the mirror. Let's see how it's working, if you are shy or not. Let's see. Well, what type of partners are you looking for? So, oh, you're a bit shy, I think. Let's see. Let's give some minutes more for you to write. As I said before, we are Raquel Pargato Plastics. Okay, she is now writing. She has presented us this innovative solution that is, I think, it's not in our catalog, but it will be included for sure, I suppose. So thank you very much. And as we are running out of time, it's 6 minutes after the scheduled time. I don't know if any of you want to say something else or want to ask something to any of the participants. The Miro will be opened, so you can still go to the platform, to the Miro platform, and write. Oh, sorry, something happened. Sorry. So you can go again. It will be open, and you can continue writing your ideas and putting there what you are looking for or what you are offering. So for me, I think it's enough. I don't want to run out of the time too much. It's 7 minutes late. Well, stop sharing. Please don't be shy. Continue writing in the Miro board, and we will share the conclusions if we have something interesting, and for sure we will be released to all of you. For me, as a conclusion, I'm very happy of having this session. I think I've learned a lot. That's something you can't say every day. So we have learned a lot, and for me, it's impressive to see how many solutions, how intelligent we are, and how we can manage and try to do different things. I have to ask you again, I have to say apologize to Valeria for interrupting you, but I'm so sorry. But as I said before, we will share all the information. So if anyone wants to say something else, if not, we are done. Thank you to all of you. Thank you, Valentina, for being here, for the help. Thank you for the presenters, for all the solutions you have introduced us. Please visit our webpage. In the BlueMissionMed webpage, you could find a lot of more different solutions that maybe you are interested in and you don't know. And probably you can access to other people that is doing something similar that doesn't know us. And it's important for us to have all of you on board. This is a common issue, and the solution should be also common. So thank you very much for being here, for the participation, and please don't be shy and write on the Miro. Thank you very much. I'm closing the session. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank
you. Bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.